Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got something different, more work on my truck. This is the back seat, and here you can see the two seatbelt latches have been pretty well chewed up by my dogs. We got two new puppies, and they're a little over a year old at the moment, and these dogs seem to be so far a little bit more of a chewer than other dogs that we've had. And I ordered some new ones, so replacing them I don't think will be a big deal. This one still works. This one I can't even get it to function. But the other thing that I noticed is when you fold it down, it only goes yay far, and that might be pretty handy. But when you go to flip them up, that's as far as they go. Let me do that again. That's as far as they go, and I think it might be a little more convenient if I could get them to go all the way between the two seats. So maybe if I can modify, that will prevent the dogs from chewing any ones in the future. Now these two parts are the same, even though you might think they're mirror images of each other. And what limits the travel is there's a little tab that rides in a groove down here. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good picture of it. See it up here. And these two pieces, there's a fair amount of friction in the movement, so I'm not even sure you really need the tab because they'll kind of stay where you want them. So I have two ideas. If you take the tab off, then you'll be able to get a full range of motion. And the bad news with that idea is you'll be able to stick these down further, and if the seats are down, you may not be able to get the latches. So another idea I have is if I could elongate the slots that the tab rides in, then maybe I could get these to flip up a little more. So I ordered this part through mail order, and it appears to be Ford OEM. And it came with instructions, and this here is the part that I'm looking for. So a piece of steel with the latch on it, and there you can see the little tab. So as this rotates, this tab swings an arc through a slot, and when it hits the bottom it only goes that far, and it goes this far and it hits the other end of the slot. So one side is mounted this way, and then the other side is mounted that way. So the same part on the left and the right. It also came with these instructions, which seem to be probably more than anybody needs to know about the seat belts. And I don't really need any of this information, but it was a nice touch that it came along. I did hunt around for 2 or 3 sources on this just to make sure the prices I was paying was consistent and reasonable, and they all seem to be within $1 or so of each other when you were including shipping and all that. However, the company I ordered it from, they estimated shipping, and then when I went to buy it, the shipping was a fair amount more than they had estimated. So, but again, you're only talking a couple dollars. And it comes with the screw captured on it, and this is a T50, and I'm not sure I have enough room in my truck to be able to get this in and out. So we'll have to see how that works out. It's really hard for me to get video in these tight quarters, but I have this piece here, a socket, and I can't get it in this hole, can't get it into the screw. Just don't have enough room. These two bolts here are directly up opposite each other. So I went out and I bought these pieces, and I happen to have a little tiny wrench that can hold the hex end of that, and we'll see how much luck we have with that. So with any luck, okay, this wrench with the bit on it got the piece out. So up here is the slot that tongue rides in, and I want to take a little bit more material off the bottom of the slot right there. So it took me a while of filing, but now this piece folds all the way up there and you can see that's quite an improvement. And if you look down there at the slot, you can see how much I had to file into it, a fair amount, but I think that's going to be a lot better, and I prefer it. So I just got to do that to the other side. Well, it did take a while, but it wasn't very difficult. And here's a view of most of the iron filings, just as an FYI. So now I'm over on this side, and I got to file and elongate that hole there. Well, there they are, both installed and modified. And they swing down thus far, and you can flip them up quite a bit higher than they were before. Not sure this stunt's going to work, but figure it can't hurt. And luckily these two pieces are not prohibitively expensive, but I don't want to have to do this again. So wish me luck. So one thing I realized, even if your pieces aren't mucked up and need to be replaced, you can actually elongate those slots with the part in place. You can rotate the pin out of the way and then file the bottom of the slot with these pieces installed. So if you have a need or a want in your F-150 or similar vehicle, you might give that a shot. Interesting too, the old pieces had these little stickers on them, and the new pieces too as well. So they are Ford OEM parts, and they look just the same as the ones that came out. So no one will never know the wiser. Anyway, that's all I got. Appreciate you coming by. Maybe if you have a truck like this is a modification you might want to do. And as I always say, stay safe, take care, keep your eyes out for the next one.